Hello, welcome back to Jazzgrass Gaming.
Hey,
How you doing? How you doing? I'm on my way back.
I'm Brian.
To the East Jones. I'm Dennis. Just vibing, just chilling.
Oh man, it's
Got
delicious.
They're like $1,500. It's pretty nice.
I made myself a liver-based sausage
Ooh, nice.
sandwich.
Uh,
Leverwurst for the Dutch ones amongst us. Yeah, I'm not sure what the English name for it is.
Paste? It is a paste, basically. So, yeah.
It's delicious. Made out of liver or something.
There it is.
Ah, finally. Yeah. Welcome back to the lunch hour episode.
Yeah, dude. We've had a retail episode.
Hope you're ready to get disgusted.
We talked about last episode. I forgot. Oh yeah, we're talking about art. Art.
Yeah.
Good old art for. Alright, so the thing with art. Okay, I'm not a big art fella, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do like looking at art. There's some art I like. And in general, if you ask me like, oh, what's your favorite artist? I'll go like, the dude who made Sesame Street. Right? Because fucking great. He made something for handicapped kids to relate to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody feels accepted. Great wholesome show. That's art. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where I'm going with this point. I just
Along the road, taking 3 dicks up her ass.
art. You know, it's showing the tribality of man.
The flexibility of the human anatomy.
Yeah. And how close 3 men are willing to come together with a penis just to fuck along a road.
What band was that guy from?
I don't know.
That one punk singer that pukes on his own audience.
Right, no fucking clue.
Is that art?
Well, debatably so, because people apparently go there to watch it. If somebody says like, "Oh, this is art," I go out to watch it, then will be willing to agree with you that there's probably some kind of art behind it.
Eating a banana that was taped to the wall, is that art?
I think the banana taped on the wall is not art. I think the dude eating it is an artist. Alright? Because, okay, first of all, it doesn't take balls to fucking tape a banana to the wall. Alright? Anybody can do that.
Yeah.
It takes a real man to go up to an art installation with all artsy-fartsy people and be like, I'm gonna eat the art.
You know
That's
what?
a statement.
That is actually, you know what? That is an angle I wasn't expecting. Just hold on. I just
Yeah, you gotta take a sip for that one, don't you? Didn't see that one coming.
I just
Haven't read that in the comments.
I just inhaled the fucking sandwich. Anyway,
You did. It disappeared.
it just fucking.
Yeah, it's fucking
I was
ridiculous.
done with that while talking.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I didn't even notice you eating. I was like, when is it gonna start?
So, I do like that angle. I wasn't expecting that angle at all. Like,
Yeah,
the guy who, you know, walks up to the banana and eats it. That's the artist. That's the art.
That's the man who
That
is
is.
truly at ease with his himself, his natural desires, his statement against what should and should not be art. You know, it has so much meaning. He returned to monkey. He was like, he let the most internal piece of his brain be like, yeah, I
But
want that banana.
what I don't understand is that people actually respected the banana as an art piece,
Yeah,
knowing full well that the point of the art piece was that art is no longer respectable.
No.
Because the point of the current art world is that just fucking tax-free money.
Yeah.
That's it. Just put some squiggly lines on canvas. You know, have a millionaire pay like hundreds of thousands for it.
It's all whitewashing.
Yeah.
All laundry. Yeah, money laundering.
Yeah.
That's how they call it.
So that to me is just I don't know. I'm not into that. But like modern art, a lot of modern art, I don't like when I see like a canvas and I just see random shapes. I'm like, this painting tells me nothing.
Okay, so okay. You know those paintings by the dude? I don't know if he's French, Italian, or German, but it's like the canvas with the red yellow, the blue squares.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about that? Because I personally like the aesthetic.
Yeah, so that's the thing. To me, when I look at art, there's two things that it can have: a good aesthetic or a good meaning.
Yeah.
Now, with a lot of that my main complaint with modern art is that the aesthetic doesn't please me. It doesn't look like interesting at all to hang around in my room just for the looks, but it also doesn't have a meaning. So to me, when I see that, I think to myself, I don't get it. What is the point?
Yeah.
So when I see, for example, there's also this art piece that is literally just a canvas that looks just completely red, except or like a gradient, but it's a gradient, and it's like every single different available shade of red was used to make in a section of that painting. To me, that is interesting because it has a technical meaning. It's about the different what do you call it? What do you call it? Pigments?
Yeah.
Right. It's a collection of just one particular, very niche concept. It's just all of the different pigment colors that we have. Wait, what? Huh? What? Wednesday?
Yeah. So I read wrong. It was Tuesday. Yesterday.
Oh!
So we could have gone to the store, but it doesn't matter. We chop wood, Brian. We chop wood.
We've been productive.
And okay, I'm gonna.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have been thinking about what we could. So, for example, our absurdist comedy, like series that we had in mind. Sorry, this was mine. That we had in mind that we were that we've written, started writing a script for, right? That would be our art. I feel like.
Yeah.
Currently, it's only got a placeholder name project, so we've been calling it Dark Stella. Because it's like, I don't know if you know the comedy sketch show Stella, but if you don't, go check it out. It's fun. It's very, the comedy in that one. What I like about it is it has this very like it takes the holds up sport random type of humor, but it adds this it flows. It flows, right? It goes along a flow. This random event is actually the main cause for the next event, the seemingly random event, which is then connected to this, which is then connected to that, and everything has its own little logic. And that's what I like. That's what I want to make. I want to make something that is completely absurd and seemingly esoteric, but once you start following a thread, you realize that actually it uses its own logic that doesn't apply to the logic that we would conventionally use.
Okay, so like a kind of an example, but it's not a perfect example. It's a Big Last Show. It kind of has that.
Yeah.
Where it fits to its own logic. Like if you watch the first season or you start like at the last season and you watch that, you're just like, this is random.
Yeah.
This is weird. And the first time you watch it even, you'll be like, why did this happen? Why did that happen? Like that makes no sense. But if you watch it a second time, you're like, oh.
Yeah, especially with the Big Les show, there's a lot of things like when you go back into the first season and it's all like, what the hell? Actually, this. I like that. But I've been thinking. We've been thinking of doing essentially an entirely scripted Let's Play series. Alright, so one of our longest Let's Play series is Dark Souls 3. It took us years to get through the game, and I mean, we played that game when I was at my some of my lowest headspaces, right? Dark Souls 2 and 3 were, I kind of want to redo those. To be perfectly honest, I think we might have to do a revisit of both, not just Dark Souls 2, but also Dark Souls 1.
Yeah, I would love that.
Dark Souls and Dark Souls 3, like the whole series. Because Protoplay, when that started, we were just finding out who we were and what we were doing. What are you doing?
It's not... Okay, Brian, first of all.
Was it not going off the handbrake or something?
Yeah, it was fucking up with the handbrake. And then it started not liking the lowly gear, so I was like, oh, let's try high gear. So I had to fuck around with the handbrake.
Weird. Anyway,
Not perfect.
but yeah, so with Protoplay, we were just figuring things out. With Dark Souls 2, you know, I was sitting on the edge. With Dark Souls 3, I was just completely inundated with so many different things going on in my life that I couldn't really, you know, that even Jazzgrass wasn't properly funny at the time. I feel like Dark Souls 3, we had some really golden episodes, sure, but I feel like a lot of it, like we've gotten funnier, right? I feel like we can make a funnier Let's Play. But with Dark Souls 3, when we do that Let's Play, I was thinking of, you know, Dennis and I have been thinking doing a scripted Let's Play where we just go where we explore like different absurdist concepts, different absurd ideas and stuff like that. So that is an interesting way to maybe, you know, express our art, the art that we would. Well, I mean, especially like I feel like a lot of art that we would make would probably be meta.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest
I'll be honest,
points
though,
in about
art. Yeah, it's meta.
yeah.
Art is meta.
It says something about the meta.
Yeah. And the meta of the time, the meta of a medium, the meta of anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I just needed some.
Oh man, I'm glad you don't have to hold down click for this.
Oh, dude.
Can you imagine?
Imagine if you had to hold down click to pour shit. That would be bullshit.
Ugh.
That doesn't do that.
Thank you, topless gun.
The other day I was walking around. Store was working. And I saw this old boomer with a bald head, big fat, you know, that boomer belly.
Oh yeah.
And he had a shirt on that said "Top Dad" with
Top
the Top
Dad.
Gun like lettering.
Oh.
And I was like, man, you bought that for yourself.
Yeah.
You didn't look like a Top Dad, son.
His kids aren't gonna
Maybe
be
Top Dad
talking to
would
him
be
a lot.
alright, but like,
Shit, man. Sometimes you read these posts online where it's like a mom or a dad who have an estranged son or daughter,
strange.
and but there's always the missing reasons, right? And what I mean by that is there's always these, they never understand. They you can lay out very clearly to them, right? Exactly the reasoning that their contact dropped, right?
Yeah.
But they will never acknowledge it, and they will always say, I don't understand why this has happened. I don't understand why they won't contact me. I don't understand why I'm not allowed to meet my grandchildren. And it's like, because you did this, because you did that, because you are this, because you are that. But they just won't acknowledge that you've said any of that.
Yeah,
right?
they don't understand.
And to me, that's a very interesting phenomenon, because that goes beyond a lack of introspection straight into the refusal to do introspection.
Well, also that, but just no empathy at all, as well.
Oh yeah, zero
Like, you can be
empathetic capabilities. Yeah.
Introspective as shit. You can know everything about yourself. You still can be like not empathetic. It's like, yeah, just have some empathy, maybe. You know, you don't even have to look at yourself too hard. Just try and look at it from their point of view. But that also requires a little introspection. Sad.
It's always so weird, because it's like, you know why, so why are you pretending not to know why?
Well, it's also, I guess, alright, in general, it's difficult to see something. It's easy to point something out when you stand outside of it, right?
Yeah, but here's the weird thing. Okay, so let's say we have a conversation. Then I say, hey, you ask me like, hey, why am I not invited to the party tomorrow?
Yeah.
And I answer with, oh, because you beat the shit out of my wife, right?
Yeah.
And you clap back with, but I don't understand. Why am I not allowed to go to your party?
Yeah, then you're just
Now, this is a conversation between two people. So you and I are the only ones involved. There's no ambiguity as to what is being said.
no.
So it's a one-on-one conversation. So I know for a fact that you heard what I just said. So I know for a fact that you know. So what is the point in then turning around and pretending not to know? I don't understand that.
I don't know.
That is, because to me, that implies that you're pretending to be an animal with no thought. Like you're pretending to be a microorganism that just goes around and eats slob. So if I present you with a dog turd and tell you to eat it, I realistically should be able to expect you to eat it. Because you have no thought. Because that's what you're trying to convince me of. That you have no thought. That you aren't sentient. So, I don't understand why people get offended at me, right? When they pull shit like that at me. And I turn around with, okay, suck my dick.
Suck it.
And they're like, what, are you insulting me? No, I'm not. I want you to give me fellatio. I want you to make me orgasm. And they're like, why would I do that? And I clap back with, you aren't even capable of thought. How are you capable of resisting that? Because you are, because the fact that you are rejecting this means that you are able to register what I'm saying. So why did you not register what I said before?
Yeah, that is.
And then I get into meta-narratives with people like that. And it always just ends up with them just going full lizard brain.
Yeah.
Now, I am referring to a very specific person. But I'm not going to name them because I feel like that will be a mad disrespect. But there's people out there. There's people out there that I've talked to in the past that do that. And to me, that is primarily where my idea came from. Oh, people aren't all that. You know, people don't think that much.
No.
Like people, like I'm not saying like, oh, I'm special. I'm saying like the average person that you come across in the streets, right? You and I, you know, if you walk around on the street, you bump into someone, they're probably not thinking of anything. When you ask someone, what do you think about, and they say nothing, there's 50-50 chance that actually they are thinking about nothing, and they haven't had a thought in several hours. So think about that. Think how scary that is for a second. There's humans walking around driving cars
without thinking.
Like driving a vehicle that weighs a ton, is made out of steel and metal and is propelled by explosives, and they're allowed to take that thing up to 120 kilometers an hour, and they haven't had a single thought inside of their brain for the past 3 hours. Think about that for a second, right? We are sharing a world with these people and having to respect them as humans. Why? Because that's a good thing to do, right? But to me, right, when I deal with these people, right, I feel like I'm a caretaker.
Oh, no, I feel sorry for him.
For a tetraplegic.
I legitimately...
For a mental, like you're mentally paralyzed.
Okay, Brent.
That's how I feel about a lot of people. And I'm like, why do I have to take care of you? Why have to...
What happens a lot? You're in the store,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're working. And you see somebody walk in. And I know when somebody is, you know, not capable of thought, when they immediately just walk up to me.
Oh yeah.
Instead of trying.
Exactly. They walk into the store and immediately ask an employee for help. When that happens, I'm like, and they don't have a very specific question, right? It's just like, oh, I just need to know where this is. Then I know, like, okay, you are like you are nowhere. Yeah. You have no intelligence. Like,
you didn't even bother to look around.
Like, if everybody was like you, we would still be single-celled organisms, because my dog has better, independent thought than you do. Okay, and my dog died a couple of months ago, or a month ago, more. But a while back, something like that. If you're thinking, like, why are you getting a cat if your dog has died so recently? This is how it goes in my family, right? So here's how I did it. I'm strategic as fuck, right? Okay, so in my family, right, we always have owned dogs. And my family is a very... don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. Just keep moving.
I just wanted people to know.
Yeah, all you have to know is that it's still behind you. So you do keep checking on it to see if it's behind you, but still. Because because sometimes it'll randomly let go. Or if you bump, or if it bumps a little too hard, or if it gets snagged or something. But like in my family, right, not very patient people, sadly. They're not very patient in my family. It's not necessarily a big problem, but when the family dog passes away, right, what'll happen is within a couple of weeks, my sister or my mom, or to a certain extent my dad, would just walk in with a new dog. And I'm the only one that goes like, couldn't you have just waited a little? But
it's like when Grandpa dies, you don't come out looking for a new Grandpa.
When my dog died, right? My mom like a couple of days later, was like already like, all right, you know, like I can't be without a pet, right? She immediately wanted to look for like a new dog and whatever. I was like, well, you know, I was like, fuck it, we're gonna make a compromise here. It's just like, let's wait a little while, let's get a kitty, because A, we gotta wait for that until they're old enough, and B, you know, I've always wanted to own a cat. You know, I really love cats. I know how to handle them. I know how to raise them and all that.
Oh, now that's a fucking job.
But yeah, it took a little convincing. But I was like, yeah, we'll get a cat. And without my interference, because I was just casually looking around for a cat. I was like, if it were up to me, this cat would have, you know, we would have had a cat at the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
But my mom was like, my mom, of course, you know, within a couple of days, she's like, hey, check out these kittens. So I was like, oh my god, they're actually really cute. So yeah, so that's how that happens. It's just my family's very patient.
Look, and I understand, alright? With pets, you know, because I just made the joke like, oh, grandma died, we didn't get a new grandma. It is difficult to get a new grandma. But luckily, you know, with pets...
It's, yeah. They're easy. They're not hard to come by.
Yeah.
Unlike your mom.
Oh yeah.
Who's
walking everywhere, dude. All around town.
Who makes it very easy to come by.
my dad don't love her for nothing.
yeah. So
Man, this is gonna be a trip and a half. You did this?
Yeah, all the way home.
Damn, that's nuts.
Yeah, I forgot, like, there's a trick to it. You gotta drive, I think, at a certain speed or whatever. Yeah. I don't remember. There's like there's a trick to it, and I don't really know what makes it let go, because it's not snagged on anything right now. That it's just I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, to get back on the topic of thought and people and how they're essentially, you know, brain dead animals.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a lot more narcissists walking around, and we call them narcissists, but really, they're just people who, you know, who are only partially sentient. I'm sorry to say this, bro. But narcissists, even though like, oh, they're often such intelligent people. Really now. Yeah, it looked like it. Yeah. Oh, it's on his wheels. Hey, look at fucking Onision.
Oh,
I've watched that entire saga from what was her name again? Oh, I forgot.
Oh, Tiara something.
Yeah, Tiara. Yeah, something like that.
Cool name.
It was a cool but complicated name that I don't remember. But she no, wait, is that I don't fuck. Wait, hold on. Fucking hold on.
He's gotta check.
I want to give credit where credit is due, because I watched like 12 hours worth of their content on Onision, bro.
12 hours on it.
Hey, I just got a message from Mrs. Cat Owner.
Oh, nice.
If we can be half an hour earlier, because another kitten is being picked up, and they would come this afternoon, but they something came in between, which means that they can only show up at 8:30 or 7:30, which is when we were gonna.
Yeah. Shit happens.
If you can't come earlier, then that's no problem. Then we'll just do it simultaneously. But I figured I just asked. So let me see. I mean, I should be able to. The only thing that is worrying me is that it's almost 2:30. So my mom, when is she fucking planning on getting back, huh?
I miss your mom.
She's doing groceries with my grandma and my sister. Because let's see. So let's say that we show up there at 7. That means that we would have to leave at 6.
Oh, yeah.
Ik ga het even navragen.
Yeah, it's still behind us. Got over the hills. That's impressive. boy.
Anyway, man, this episode can go fuck itself. I gotta do some texting, so I'm gonna be quiet and all that. It's been 25 minutes. You can keep recording if you want. I'm just gonna be quiet because I'm typing. In any case, I'll see you guys later. Bye.